All right, this is Jak'd episode 13, Work Hose. Originally, the title was going to be Office Thoughts or Office Hose, but I realized that you have to work with women other places besides the office. It could be retail, it could be restaurant, it could be hotel, it could be anything. And I just want to say that this is pre-recorded on a Saturday/Sunday night after having way too much to drink. I was going to record this actually today at the house to myself, but I have two topics in my head for the next one for the next episode, one for this one, and I couldn't remember this episode because I didn't write it down. I just had it in my head, and then the other episode I had that one, and I said, well, it doesn't matter. Nobody knows which one I'm going to do. Nobody cares. As long as I provide content, right? You might hear my heater in the background, which I'm pretty sure you're going to hear, but once again, I live in a basement. I just got back from going out for a night out. It's cold outside, and I'm cold, so please ignore the background noise. I might not have the house to myself tomorrow, so I'm doing this now. And plus, I'm drunk, and I can't go to sleep right now. Okay, enough of the long intro. Some would say my first experience building up anger towards women as far as work goes, because, you know, it's bad enough you have to deal with anger towards women when they don't want to, they don't like you, they don't respect you, they don't want to have sex with you, which I know some of you guys know what that's like. But I remember the first time I had a problem with a woman. I wouldn't say a big problem. And once again, guys can be bitch-ass motherfuckers, too. We'll talk about that a little bit, too. It really depends on the person. But for those of you who saw my MGTOW video on my channel, I quit my last job because too many women worked there. It's pretty much going to be like that, except more in depth. So when I had this popcorn shop job, that's right, folks, I worked in a popcorn shop, and I got fired from it, which is a funny story. I actually tell my stand-up act. I remember this little black girl. She was actually kind of cute. She worked there with me. I never talked to her because I could tell she was stuck up. And I remember, like, at the end of her shift, we had to take turns mopping the floor. It was like a little room we had this popcorn shop in. So one day I'm talking to the manager. She comes in. She puts the... I don't know what it's called. It's like the thing that's attached to the mop. It's like this thing that's filled with water. The mop slot. The water slot. Whatever the hell it's called. She just puts it there and points at it and goes, there you go, and walks out. And I looked at the manager and said, what the hell? Do I have to do that? He said, nah, it's okay. Look, he was a nice guy. He said, no, it's okay. I'll take care of it. But I'm thinking, wait a minute. We're getting paid for the same job. Why do I have to do that? You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't a big deal, but it did bother me. And for the most part, most of the women I work with, most of the jobs I worked before, these male jobs, these office jobs, they were pretty much like retail jobs where we all got paid the same. We all got paid shit. And of course, I did want to work with women, of course, because even before I became a thirsty PUA, I thought maybe it'll get me laid, of course. You know, you want to work with girls because you're like, maybe I'll get laid, right? Sometimes people who work together end up fucking. Right? You work the same schedule. You're with each other a long time a day. You get to know each other. Maybe I'll get some pussy. But of course, that never happened with me. So, when I got my first government job, I started 7 years ago. There was this bitch that I worked with. She was the only person there acting like she wasn't the supervisor. She wasn't the supervisor, but she had to act like she was the supervisor. And one day I put her in her place. She was like telling me to do something. And I was like, you're not my supervisor. And she looked at me and said, what? I said, you heard me. I said, you keep acting like you're my supervisor. You're not my supervisor. Only a supervisor can tell me what to do. What's your problem? And I was like, she's like, at the time I was like 25, maybe 26 years old. She's got to be in her 40s. And she got pissed off. It was like, you want the supervisor to come in here running around with a chicken up? I said, I don't care. Let her tell me. I don't need to hear from you. So I kind of told her off, and every once in a while she would just act like she was the supervisor. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're not my boss. You're trying so hard to be a boss. You're not my boss. So that happened, and that was the best job I had. She was the only person there that gave me a problem. I got along with almost everybody else. So I worked there for almost 4 years. Then I started working these really crappy mail jobs because I lost my job there. I'll tell you why. I was a student temp. I stopped taking classes. They let me go. So the first job I had was a college campus job. I had to work with these college girls. They were student temps there. They were just doing it for like some work-study program. They were actually okay. You know, they were young. They were 19, 20 years old. Some probably 18. So they were annoying, but they were okay. They were kids. So I'm like, okay, well, you're young. You know, you can't blame them. They're kids having fun and stuff. But then the job after that, I left that job, and that's the job I was talking about in the video. And it was pretty much a behavioral health center. And at first, I did no work. It was great. I was a temp. The other two guys I worked with were like, hey, look, just take care of the mail. We're doing other stuff. And part of the other stuff was like setting up laptops and projectors for meetings and open up conference rooms and other shit. They weren't. I was doing no work like my first 2-3 months there. I was like, damn, I'm getting paid more money than the last job. It's 45 minutes less of a commute. I'm doing no work, and it's $1 more an hour. I was like, this is fucking awesome. But then eventually they started giving me more work. So one of the women that is a nightmare to me, this bit I talked about in the video, she looked like a giraffe. She was this tall black woman with fucked up teeth, black woman, and she worked in finance, and she acted like she was my boss. Like, she wasn't mean about it, but she already had somebody who worked with her, but she tried to take advantage of me because I was new. And she's one of these old bitches. I remember Patrice O'Neal. For those who remember, Patrice O'Neal is a great comedian. He had a bit in his act. One of his sets, he said, you know, my chick is old and she tries to laugh like she's young. She tries to giggle, but when she does it, she sounds like, it's a funny bit. She literally sounded like that. She tried to look like laugh like she was young, and she would go, and she was just annoyed as fuck. She wouldn't want to be around, and she was never mean about it. She tried to be like charming. But it got to the point where they started giving me more work. So I officially know what the other guys were going through. So part of the job was you had to check all the water coolers and check the paper stations. And if it was low, you know, you had to change the water. You had to change the paper. So you're picking up these big water coolers. They're like a gallon. Actually, they're more than a gallon. They're like 2-3 gallon, you know, water things. You're picking up these, you know, cases of paper that are, you know, like 50 pounds, and you're loading them up. And you start walking around these buildings, and all these women are just sitting there doing no work. They're getting paid more than you because they got a degree on their wall. Some of them have a bachelor's. Some of them probably have a master's degree for some psychology or some shit. And you know they're getting paid probably, I don't know if they're getting paid twice as much, but if not twice, definitely, you know, a couple more dollars an hour more. And you go around, and they're not doing nothing. They're just sitting there, they're doing, you know, and you got to do it. And I'm like, this is crazy, you know? And I started building up resentment. And something, what really pissed me off was some of these bitches would, they would say, oh, we need some paper up here. You know, go to the 11th floor and go to the blah, blah department. All right. So you load up some paper. You go over there. You open up. It's already got paper. And you're like, excuse me, you already got some paper. You're like, oh, yeah, but we're running a little bit low. We just wanted to get some more paper now. And I'm like, that's not how it works. You know, you're supposed to ask for paper when you need it. You're just asking me paper because you're just bored or you just wanted something. You know, you're busting my balls for pretty much no reason. But once again, because it's your job, they're like, well, that's your job. It's like, go fuck yourself. How would you like if someone made you do something in your job that you're not even planning to do? You don't even need to do for a while, but they just want to make you do it early. You would have a fit. And I remember one time I came to work and I had to take a shit, right? So I got there a few minutes early. So I put my bag in there. I get my wipes. That's right. I was even bringing wipes back then. This was like a year ago. This wasn't too long ago. And I'm getting ready to enter the bathroom. This woman goes, Josh, I need some ink. I'm like, hold on a second. I got to go to the bathroom. She got an attitude and be like, what? I'm thinking to myself, I got to take a shit. First of all, I'm not even on the clock yet. I don't start till 8:30. Okay? I don't start till fucking 8:30. And it's like 8:23 right now. And you're already up my ass. Everybody else in this place, they come in late. And on top of that, they get settled. Like, let's say you start 7:30. A woman will come in 7:30. She'll come in 7:35 or 7:40. They'll go down and get themselves some coffee, or they'll talk to some people. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm not even on the clock yet. It's because you see me ask me for stuff. You're gonna have to wait. I gotta take a shit. So I took a shit, and it was a big shit, obviously, because I couldn't hold it. I had to go. And I'm thinking to myself, these fucking cunts. It started just building up. Like, God, they don't do any work. Some of them do, but most of them don't. And it just started fucking building up. And then the finance cut I talked about, the one looking giraffe, she would just try to make me do things, I didn't have to do. And, she wanted to, she had an assistant. She never asked him to do it. He would just sit there and play with his phone. But she would ask me. Because that's the problem with these type of jobs, it's your job. So people can order you around and talk down to you and stuff. I remember one time when I first started there, everybody there was nice to me, but this one woman, my job was to load up the paper. So I have this paper, I walk past her, or no, it was actually the water. And she goes, "Excuse me." I go, "Yeah." She goes, "You're not going to say nothing to me?" I said, "What do you mean? I'm doing my job. I didn't know I was supposed to say something to you. They told me to check the water." She said, "Yeah, but you're just walking past me." So I asked my supervisor. I said, "Am I supposed to?" She said, "No. Who said this?" I said, "I don't know her name, and she's on 11th floor." She's like, "Oh, well, don't worry about it." And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck? Like, I don't need your permission. This is my job. I don't need the permission. I'm supposed to walk past everybody. "Excuse me, I don't need to talk to you. Who are you, the goddess up here? Go fuck yourself. I don't care what your title is. I don't care how much more you're making to me." This is a problem with people. This is why I hate these jobs. For those of you who wonder why I quit so many jobs, it's because I can only get these male jobs. And you start at the bottom, and everybody talks down to you. Because they're like, well, he works in mail, and he makes this and everything. And these are going to be, this only jobs I'm probably going to be getting for the rest of my life. So I can only stay them for maybe 3 months or so, and then I quit. Fucking sick of it. So I actually worked this job for 7 months, and I was thinking to myself, if I stay here for another year, I could probably buy myself a decent car. I'll still be living at home with my parents, but at least I'll have a car. You know what I'm saying? And I worked there for like 7 months, and I started getting really depressed about the job. As far as, it wasn't a bad job. There was days actually. One of the worst parts of the job was, you had to go to the post office, which was only 2 blocks away. And you had to wheel this cart down this busy street in the fucking city. And then go to the post office. You had to deal with their shit, And then get the mail and then sign for it. And then they would give you the wrong mail sometimes. And all these women, because mostly women worked there, would order packages. And I remember this bitch that worked the front desk. She just ordered stuff nonstop. She was bored. She had nothing to do. So she would just order stuff on Amazon. She obviously had no man in her life, so she had to order herself something, every day. Give herself a secret admirer or something. And then this woman would be all demanding. Go, "Did you get my package?" I'm like, "No, what did it come in today?" "Well, you got to go back." I'm like, "What?" And I would talk to the supervisor. Go, "She's making me go back." And she's like, "Well, go back." So I would go back and ask. All the way back to, it was only 2 blocks, and they would look at me. The post was going, "Are you kidding me?" I go, "They're making me come back here, miss. I don't want to do this." And they would say, "Well, no, we don't have it. Tell her we don't have it." And I would go back and say, "Yeah, they just said they don't have it." And then I remember one time, my supervisor, she was sexist. Like, if I said this shit, if I was a male boss, and I said this shit, she said, this is the problem with the whole double standard thing. HR is for women. It's not for men. HR started because of women. Because she would say, she was an old black lady. She was like 70 years old. One of those women that she should have retired a long time ago. Really short old black lady with short hair. She was kind of nice. She would buy us lunch once in a while. She wasn't like the worst boss ever. But every once in a while she would say, "Oh, you men, you don't know how to wrap nothing up. You so rough with everything. Oh, you men, you don't know how to take care of stuff. You just slam things down. Oh, you men." And finally I said, "What is this anger towards men you have?" And she started laughing. And I was really being serious. I was like, "What is this anger you have?" I was like, "Why do you keep saying you men? What are you talking about?" I actually said that one day. She started laughing. She knew I was joking. But I was like, if I said that shit, you'll probably go to HR and report me. So she was kind of nice to me, but You know, she would get nasty once in a while. But I got tired of all these cunts ordering me around. And, you know, looking around and watching them shop all day and do nothing and just talk and, you know, like a party every day. Asking me for stuff they don't even need. Fucking, you know, where's my package and everything. And, you know, and the finance bitch was the worst. Ugly ass giraffe. She had 3 kids, by the way. You know, sometimes you see women so ugly, you're like, I know guys want pussy really bad. Guys will stick their dick in anything. I'm like, how the fuck did she have kids? I don't care. In your younger days, there's no way she was attractive. I'm like, it's amazing how guys would just stick their dick in anything. But anyways, and I remember the bitch looked like a giraffe one day. She, my supervisor came up with this stupid new system. She's like, what we're going to do on the 10th, 11th floor, we're going to put these big mailboxes up there. So instead of, she was trying to make everything easy for them, but not us. And she said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them put their, so they have to come downstairs, they can put it in there, and then at a certain time, you go up there, you take the key, and you take the mail out. Well, so I'm getting ready to, it was at 4 o'clock, there was a drop-off. I had to go to the post office and drop the mail. So I'm getting ready to go. Phone rings. It's the bitch, it's the giraffe bitch from finance. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I accidentally put something in there. I said, well, you're going to have to wait till tomorrow. She said, oh, no, it's important. You got to come up. So I said, okay. I slammed the phone. I talked to my supervisor. I said, what is the point of doing this when... She's like, who said that? So she made someone else go up, and I was furious. And then she got mad and said, oh, you snitched on me. I said, yeah, because what's the point of having this system if no one's going to obey by it? I already went up there and got the mail, and you messed up. So I was getting fed up. And then... It wasn't smart to quit because that job actually, like, as I said before, the college campus job took me an hour and a half to get there. It was $1 less an hour. So when I got this job, it was $1 more an hour, 45 minutes less of a commute, and it was just better, less work. But I still had to, you know, there was days where I sat around and did no work, but most of the time I was just walking around looking for paper and water. But, you know, I was the whipping boy. So I worked there for 7 months, and then it was just out of the blue. I said, you know, I don't want to work here. I said, if I work here for another year once again, I can get a car. But I said, you know what? I said, I think I'm going to quit. So there was only 3 guys. This one guy, it was like 4th of July week. So he's like, yeah, he told me, it was like a Monday, and 4th of July was a Thursday. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the rest of the week off. I said, okay. So he didn't come in the rest of the week, and it was spontaneous. I said to myself, you know, I'm gonna get my vacation time. Maybe my holiday time. I had 1 sick day left I couldn't use because I felt bad for the one guy that was leaving there. And then Friday when we came back, I said I was nervous about doing it. I said, fuck it. I walked right into their office. I said, hey, I wanted to talk to you about something. I said, I have another job opportunity. I said, I have to start Monday, and I won't be able to get 2 weeks notice. I'm really sorry. And she looked at me. She's like, well, you got to talk to HR. Go ahead. Go upstairs. Go talk to HR. Go tell what you told me. So she started telling everybody because that's female nature. So I went up to HR. Actually, I was going to go up to HR, but she called HR for me. And HR said, hey, we heard you're leaving. Come up here and talk to us. So I talked to them. I filled out some survey. And she started telling everybody and stuff. And one of this picture looked like a pig that sat next to me. She actually put up a thing. She walked right across to me. Like, she had the cubicle next to me. She put something up so I couldn't see her. Like, she was, like, mad or something. I'm like, go fuck yourself. So, 10 minutes later, I filled out the survey, went up to HR, handed in my badge, and that was it. And they actually let me go the rest of the day, which was shocking. I thought that I would have to finish out the day or something, and that was it. I handed in my badge. I worked there for 7 months, and I left. I got to go home early. So it wasn't smart to quit that job because I had like $5,000 saved up at the time. But $5,000, you know, anybody could go through that really quick. So after that job, I got another job 4 months later, another mail job. It was pretty much, I already had to work with this old black lady in the mail room and this old white guy. They were weird. I quit that job because even I said hi to them one morning and they didn't say anything to me. And I was not mean to them at all. I was like, I do my work. I know there's an age differential, but what did I do to you? And they were nice to me, but I do, same thing. Like it wasn't as bad as the other place. That was probably the worst place I worked at as far as women order you around and all that stuff. And I was thinking how sexist it is towards guys, because I'm like, I can do their job. Like the receptionist, I'm like, are they getting paid the same amount as me? Like if they're getting paid the same or even more, I'm going to be fucking pissed. I should have asked them, like, how much do you guys get paid? Because they're sitting there answering the phone all day. And then one of them started getting nasty with me. The job I told you about that I quit. The one I was just talking about. And the one chick got nasty with me one time. She was like, oh, that's too bad I didn't say that. Just these, they hired, there was actually one black chick that worked there. She was light skinned. She was kind of hot. And she left. And there was an older black chick. She had a fat ass, a giant fat ass, but she was older. And there's another one. She was just a fucking ugly, no smiling bitch. And then the job I have now, there was this Spanish cunt that I work with. I was actually going to record her one day. Oh my God. Like, here's the good news. So I've been working this government job for the last 2 months. It's pretty much similar to the first government job, except different. Is it better? I would say I like the other government job better. Better location. I like working in the Northeast versus in the suburbs. But I work with this Spanish one, and she was helpful, I will say that. Like, if you ask her for help, she was a team player. She would help you with stuff. But she was the type of girl that every thought that came into her head, she had to say it out loud. Like, oh my God, it's so cold in here. Oh my God, I gotta go to the bathroom. Oh my God, I should have brought my lunch today. Oh my God, like nonsense. You couldn't even get yourself a chance to talk or think or even say anything because she would just talk nonstop. She had ADD. And it was like she controlled the whole thing. So just a few weeks ago, she asked to get transferred to another department, and now she don't work here. And you can tell she's not happy down there. And then this black lady, this older black lady, she had like a really deep, raspy voice from spoken. She also was here, and she kept talking out loud all day and trying to be funny and everything, and going, "Happy Friday, happy." She just went back to a different job. She just got a different job. So, man, I got to say that now that those two are gone. Now that those two are gone, it's actually quiet. It was so loud. It was just them two talking back and forth all day. I was annoyed. There was times where I was so mad, I was actually going to quit. I was like, I'm going to fucking quit. Can you imagine listening to that for 8 hours a day? Oh my God. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I should have went to bed last night. Oh, I didn't break my lunch. Oh, yesterday. Oh, just non-fucking stop. Like, stick a dick in your mouth, you fucking thought. Shut up for a fucking sec. You shut up. Like, I don't mind some talking, but if you have to talk nonstop at your job, you need ADD, you need attention. I mean, come on. I was like, oh my fuck. And then when she transferred, we could meet this other guy. It was kind of funny. Meet this other dude. He might be gay. I don't know. He's a black dude. If he's gay or not. If he is, it doesn't matter. He didn't like her because he actually moved his seat from her. And he would message me on Skype and go, oh my God, can you please tell her to shut up? We have Skype, so he actually messaged me on Skype and says, oh my God, can you please tell her to shut up? And stuff like that. And he didn't like her, and he felt that she was hogging all the work and stuff, which she kind of was, and he was getting, and stuff. So it's kind of funny. He doesn't like her, and then even the dude that she gets along with that sits next to me, they were kind of like friends and stuff. She was annoyed at how you could tell. She kept trying to ask him, like, why aren't you talking to me? Like, you could tell, like, she has a boyfriend. You can tell she's one of those girls that she needs male attention that bad. And she needs a guy to make her laugh and stuff. She needs attention that bad. That every second, it's like, oh, give me attention, give me attention. And even he was getting, you could tell, even he was getting annoyed at her. Like, shut the fuck up. So when she left and the other chick left, now it's actually quiet now. But then the only problem is not to keep talking about work. Even though this podcast is about work. Listen. They were talking about a week ago. So this happened like a week or two ago. Pretty much, I got into work, and this cunt from downstairs comes over, and she's like, she brings this woman over, and she starts walking to her. I hear her say my name. I hear her say Josh. She goes, where's Josh? I'm like, what's going on? I just got in. She comes over. She goes, hey, we got someone who's going to come up here and replace you. come on downstairs. You ready? She starts touching my chair. I go, what? I go, no one told me anything. I didn't even get an email. I just checked my email. What's going on? So she goes, oh, okay. Well, I don't want to get in the middle of anything. We're handling this next week or something. And she just walks away with this woman. I go, so I have two supervisors. I email both of them. I'm like, what's going on? I go, are you guys going to replace me with somebody? Don't you think you're going to send me an email, a courtesy or something? Which is kind of hypocritical because I've quit jobs without notice. But, still, you're going to replace one of your employees. And they knew about it. So that happened like 2 weeks ago, and I was expecting them to do it last week. They didn't do it last week or the week before. So as of right now, I'm luckily still, because I don't want to go downstairs because it's going to be deja vu all over again. If I go downstairs, just like the whole job I was talking about, the job I just told you all the cunts order me around, it's going to be just like that. They're going to be ordering me around. I'm going to be the new whipping boy. It's going to be all these women going, oh, I can't lift this. Can you help me with this? Oh, I can't pick this up. Can you pick? I mean, it's like they cry about fucking making the same money as you, but they don't want to do the same job as you. You shouldn't get the same as me. If you can't pick up a box that's 5 pounds, it's not that you can't pick it up. You just don't want to. And even this older bitch that I work with on Friday, we kind of get along. I don't talk to her much, but she whispers stuff, everything. I try to just pretend I'm on her side because I need her help sometimes. That's the thing. If you work with women, you need their help. If you need their help, especially, it's one of those jobs where you need to get along. You need their help. You gotta fake it for the money. But she said, "Oh, can you pick this box up for me? This is really heavy." I shit you not. I picked this thing up. It had to be like 5 pounds. Like, do I look like a strong guy to you? I'm like, you gotta be fucking joking. So this is the problem. They want equal pay. They want to protest. They want to cry about it, but they don't want to do the same job. There's a reason why a man should get paid more. And they're just going to get knocked up anyways. That's what they do. They're just going to get fucking knocked up. Like, they cry, 30 cents on the dollar on this stuff. No, you only work part-time. Most guys work a lot of hours. Like my dad, he works fucking, 70, 80 hours a week. He's 64 years old. My mom, she's not working now. She worked in the nursing home for 30 years. She never did overtime once. My dad would always yell and go, you say you need money. Why don't you fucking work overtime? Stop turning it down. Come in. She goes, I'm tired. How am I going to get sleep? My dad goes, I don't get any sleep. So most women don't work as many hours as guys do. And they usually get knocked up and have to work part-time. And they cry about this whole 30 cents on the dollar thing. They're fucking idiots. So anyways, that's my whole experience as of right now. Working with women. I don't want to work with anybody, to be honest with you. I want to create content and get paid, whether it's comedy, MGTOW, anything else. And I want to work for myself. I don't want to work for anybody. I'm pretty sure some of you feel the same, if not most of you do. It fucking sucks. But what are your experiences working with women? Do you currently have a job where you work with women? And how do you fake it for the money? Do you ignore them? Do you quit? Do you ever quit a job before? Have you ever quit a job before, like me, to escape it? I'm pretty sure some of you already commented before, like the video, but let me know. And I already got another topic for the next episode, so I'll record that next week. It's going to be more of an all over the place type episode, but you might enjoy it. So anyways, thanks for listening, and you all just got jacked.